Soundaram Veerappan, a student of VIT University. I'm doing my second year in VTech Biotechnology. I will be taking you through the essential components and the working principle of the Microtiter plate reader or ELISA reader. Now, this instrument is a very essential component of cell culture and immunological laboratories. It is also a very vital component in the food production and testing industries and analytical laboratories. It has vast applications such as reading ELISA results, reading MDT assay results, and so on. As seen, the instrument is also connected to a computer which acts as the receiver. The parts of the instrument include a sample drawer, which is the black frame, a keypad seen at the bottom right of the instrument, which is used to give an input if any, a light source, photo detector, and a monochromator, which are all placed within the body of the instrument, and a receiver, which is normally a computer connected to the device. The sample holder is called a well plate. The well plate may be a 24 well plate, 48 well plate, or a 96 well plate, and so on, depending on the number of orifices that the plate holds. The wells on a 96 well plate can hold up to 100 to 200 microliters of sample. The sample cells are to be placed in the wells and in the plate, and the plate is to be placed within the sample drawer, and then the instrument is to be run. The results will be displayed on the receiver's screen. The computer must also be installed with the software that connects to the plate reader, since it is the receiver, and the settings on the software can be adjusted and set in accordance with our needs, such as the number of wells that are currently in use, the number of wavelengths to be tested, and the wavelengths of the light used can also be set. The basic principle that governs this instrument is the Beer-Lambert's law. According to this law, the concentration of a particular component in a sample is directly proportional to the amount of light it absorbs. So when the light passes through the sample, if there is a higher concentration of the substance that can absorb at a particular wavelength, then more are the number of photons that are absorbed. Due to this, a fewer number of photons will hit the photodetector after passing through the solution, hence conferring a low electrical signal. This will show that there is a higher absorbance. So the working will be that the light source will emit light, which will be made monochromatic with the help of a monochromator. This monochromator will help select a particular wavelength of light at which the substance that we are looking for within the wells will absorb. This light will then pass through the transparent polyethylene sample holder or well plate. The molecules in the sample will then be exposed to this light and hence will absorb it. The rest of the light that is not absorbed will then pass through the sample and will illuminate the photodetector. The photodetector will then absorb the photons and will produce an electric current that is proportional to the number of photons absorbed. Now, our photodetector is a semiconductor device that produces an electron for every photon that hits the device, that has a proper wavelength and hits the device. So this electrical signal will then reach the receiver, and the receiver will then interpret the electrical signal using various calculations and convert it into units of absorbance, which will then be displayed on the display screen. Using these results, the concentration of the substance that we are looking for within the sample can be calculated. There are 5 different detection modes that this instrument operates under. They are namely absorbance, fluorescence, luminescence, time-resolved fluorescence, and fluorescence polarization. The advantage of using this machine is that it allows us to test up to 96 different samples at a time, and the results will be displayed within a few minutes for each different well, using which an analysis can be drawn for the study that we are conducting. So that's all about the Microtiter plate reader.